he called me up from the crowd. Oh, Dashaun, he coaches and trains and he works for our company. Come up on stage and show them how different than other companies. I'm like, bro, you brought me on stage to like do a sales pitch for your company? Like, you ain't even, like, they introduced me as the roof hustler, nothing. Just like getting here at a young age, nobody around you doing this shit. So you like, the fuck I'm knocking doors selling roofs? And I tell guys, I'm like, you got to shift your mindset off of what you do to make money and focus on how you want to live. Creating your own luck. Like, you got to create your own luck, dog. Like, one of my favorite quotes from one of the coaches that I studied, he said, the more people you need to make your dreams a reality, the less likely chance that it happen. I think AI is one of the coolest things that's happening to society. And not because of the cool shit of AI. It's going to make people miss people more. I'm like, the one thing AI can't replace is this. AI can't replace this.
Yep.
What, you going to put 3 robots on a podcast and prompt them to talk? Like,
yeah.
That shit going to be lame.
Tuned into the best roofing podcast in the world, the Roof Trollz.
You know this is where the KKK started, right?
Get out of here.
It gets crazy out here. You know,
I ain't surprised the KKK started.
These Indiana hillbillies out here.
I ain't surprised it started in Indiana.
It can't ever just be a normal conversation.
I mean, am I not spitting facts?
It's history.
I'm not saying you're not.
Well, then, you know, why are you talking shit if I'm speaking the truth?
It's history.
It's history. I just want you to know, watch your back.
Okay.
It's not for me. I mean, I might do something to your back, just not like that.
Oh my
Lord.
God. Jesus. So maybe live was a bad decision.
Yeah. Well, we're not live yet.
We are live.
Oh, we're officially live?
Yeah.
Oh, let me try to see.
We're officially live.
Let me see
We're
if I can get
kick it
this
off
thing
right
working.
now for our viewers that are like, what in the hell? These guys go out, not even a podcast. All right, so Roof Trollz, we are back. Super excited. This is our first ever live podcast. So no edits being done in this. Not that we edited anything anyway. You guys already know we're nuts. I got my original host here, Michael Armalis, with me. And we got a really special guest, one that I'm really excited about. We just finished up day 1 of training with him. And, he needs no introduction. Let him go ahead and speak for himself.
What up? How you doing? It's your boy Dashaun, the hustler of all hustlers. Excited to be here, man. Been waiting on this all year since y'all started Roof Trollz last year. And y'all was like, we ain't doing no Zoom calls. We ain't doing no nothing. It got to be live. So what better weekend to do it than when we training in the moment? It, like, got a potential hailstorm on the way. It's just like perfect timing, man. So I'm excited. Appreciate y'all having me.
Yep, dude, I appreciate having you. Come on, man. When I came up with the concept of Roof Trollz and we talked about it originally, I was like, man, there's, whenever you're mapping out something like that, you have guests. You have them that you want to get on there. And you already know, like, with our relationship and everything, I'm like, all right, Dashaun, you're probably number 1 on the list. Probably number 1 on the list. We had a few of them on there. And we were able to crack down a couple of them, but I've been waiting for this, man. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm excited too, man. Like no agenda. Like, yeah, we got some things we're gonna talk about and just cover, but it's fun when you get to just shoot the shit. I just did a Master Your Craft with Chris Zimmerman. Shout out Chris Zimmerman. I know y'all just had John Cena here, and we had no agenda. We just kind of did just shooting from the hip, Q&A, and it was just such an authentic, organic, like rich conversation. So I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, dude, it's gonna be wild.
I'm just excited. I got to share the live on my feed, so I figured it all out. Like,
let's go.
The old man can figure out technology. I need a raise. Pay me.
A raise.
Pay the man.
Yeah. So when we had John on here, which is our last guest here, we talked about a lot of cool things. And then one of the things that I enjoy the most about the podcast is getting past what we do every single day. Now, we're going to dive into that like you alluded to. Like, we're going to talk about that. Obviously, I got you here. Let's throw it all out there. But what's cool about the podcast is that we also get to see away from that. You're Dashaun in front of the cameras who everybody sees. And I've been fortunate enough, thankfully, that we've had interactions, and hung out with each other off the camera. Because you're a cool dude, aside from the shit that people see out there. Like, you're a genuine dude, and I think it's important when we have the podcast on here, we dive into some of that too. So there's some fun stuff on my mind. But
I'm an open book, man, so I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, where do you want to start at? We got you on here.
Wherever y'all want to go, man, I'm riding with you. Let's go. What stuff you feel like they should know or what they need to be aware of? I'm riding with you, man. Let's go.
Okay, well, let's just kick it up right out what you do. Well, you got everybody here. So I have a sales team here at Roman's Roofing that is a pretty decent sales team. There's some new guys in here, but for the most part, the guys they're bought in.
Yep.
And we're creating a culture here. So what exactly can you do with our guys? Like, when we bring you out here, what are the intentions that you bring, and like, what is your game plan and goals that you want to accomplish outside of like obviously helping people and stuff? But like, what are you doing here for us these next 3 days? Like, what are you really doing?
That's a really good question, right? Because when we come in and train, one of the most important things is, first thing is the edification of the leaders, right? So you need the sales teams to understand that they connected with people who care about their growth, their maturity, and their success, right? Because most people think, sales guys or owners only after them to get their money. So first thing first, I come through and edify the leadership team to let them know, like, hey, these guys love you enough to bring me out here to help you go to that next level. Then the next goal is to help the sales teams realize what they got their hands on. Right, because they don't understand that, like we say, right? It's the eighth wonder of the world, best kept secret, right? Like it's the gold rush that nobody knows about. They look at us every day and they see us, walking by them in public and driving these cars, and they don't know that we knocking doors every day selling roofs, right? Making money like doctors and lawyers. So got to help these guys understand what they got their hands on. And then the third objective is to help these guys realize this version of them is not going to help them make the money that they want to make, $150,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year. So the ultimate goal of the weekend is to break them down, kill this version of them, and help them realize there's a version of them that they haven't even stepped into yet. And by Sunday, we've created a whole transformation. So people ask me why I do full weekend trainings, because some people say, like, you spend too much time with sales teams. And I say, day one, get them motivated. Day two, get them inspired. By the third day, they're ready to transform, right? So that's the ultimate goal. That's the main thing. Outside of teaching them sales strategies, tactics, and principles, right? But it's like we need them to realize that there's so much more potential. They have so much more to give. They're connected with a group of people that want to see the best version for them. But it's my responsibility in 3 days to get them out of their own way so they can step into that next level of greatness.
And put that in perspective too, dude. 3 days. We're gonna break down old habits. We're gonna create new, hopefully create new habits.
Yep.
And then change their complete mindset. And we're gonna do that in 72 hours.
72 hours.
Dude, I mean, this is you alluded to it kind of today, because I have a saying that says simple, not easy. And you said it, it's not. This isn't an easy industry. It can be, and a lot of people, there are a lot of talented sales reps out there. I mean, a lot of them. And it may be, or may appear to be easy on the surface level, but as we all know, it's not, dude. This is not an easy industry. This is not something that you can just jump right into and be successful in. This is a craft like any other, and it's going to take time to do that. And you kind of just help them get on the right trajectory for that.
Yeah, because I'm a firm believer that your raw talent can help you win. But eventually you're going to hit a wall, right? I think we all can say, like in high school, whatever, you play with a guy that was just raw talented, bro. Like Little League, just balling. Like didn't practice, didn't do nothing. Then he got to high school, still, but now he's starting to even out, but still operating on that raw talent. Then he get to college with cats working, and he don't even get no play time.
Shoot, he ain't even making the team.
He ain't even make the team.
Like,
because that raw talent gonna only get you so far. Because after that, it's everything you start investing, everything you start pointing to yourself on top of your raw talent, right? Because you got a guy like LeBron James that never just relied on raw talent. He still practiced. Then you got a guy like Kobe who wasn't that good. Like, a lot of people don't know that about Kobe. Like, Kobe wasn't just a naturally talented basketball player. When he was 11 years old, he didn't even score no points in his little league, like basketball little league. No points that year. Can you imagine that? 11 years old, bro, you start and score 0 points the whole year?
You're kicking off a lot of controversy right out the gate, because I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know we were going to go this route, but he hates LeBron James, and I share the same passion with him you do. I don't know how a man of his age, he's not better than Michael, and that conversation needs to be dead now. But to be doing what he's doing at his age is incredible.
Nuts.
It's incredible. And then you alluded to the Kobe. Now, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I'm going to say it right now. I don't even honestly, if he's in my top 10, he's not in my top
Kobe?
8. Not in my top 8.
Oh no, so I think it go Jordan, Kobe. That's just me.
So
that's
really?
just me. It go Jordan, it go Kobe, it go LeBron. And the reason why I put Kobe number 2 is because he wasn't that talented and he worked so hard to get that good. He got to a point where he couldn't dunk no more, and he mastered his mid range. Because he couldn't drive the lane like he used to as he got older. Yeah. And I was just like, to watch a player adapt like that was beautiful.
Dude, if Magic strapped up, my man Magic is up there, bro. He had longer time. Like, I don't know anybody touched the ball like that before.
I'm going to give you guys the old man version of the top 3, and you guys are going to be like, whatever.
He going to give us Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's number... Yeah. Well, Larry Bird's my second favorite player, but he's number 3. I go Mike, Magic, and Larry, because those 3 changed the game. Like, if it wasn't for those 3, the NBA wouldn't be what it is today. But I will say Kobe's in that. You said not top 10 or not top 5.
I said it's possible he could maybe break the top 8, but I'm almost certain he wouldn't. If I was to actually map it all out, I'm almost certain he wouldn't. And I love him. I love him. I
want to get controversial
we agree to
here.
Disagree, but I don't agree.
A lot of people.
Hey, I'm going to get controversial here for a minute right now. If you ask me to pick right now, building a team, take Pippen or LeBron, I'm taking Pippen.
I see. That's out of pure hatred.
I'm taking
it's
LeBron.
not.
Yeah, me too. All day long.
Because Pippen plays both ends of the court and changes the game on both sides. LeBron was okay on defense for a while, but Pippen changes the game on both sides.
I don't watch enough basketball to really have this conversation. I was just a big Kobe fan because we had the same last name. And I was like, his last name Bryant, my last name Bryant, and I've been riding out with Kobe ever since. And to bring it back full circle, right? It's like it's some sales reps out here that got really raw talent. But if you don't take time to invest, if you don't take time to polish up those skills, then you end up like Allen Iverson. Phenomenally raw talented basketball player, but you can't win no championship. You can't get out the first, second round of the playoffs because you not doing the extra work that the top tier, creme de la creme players are doing. And I see guys in our industry that's like really naturally talented, but they ain't doing that extra work. And then I got some guys that's like they really good, and then they do the extra work, and their numbers reflect it.
Yeah, I want to add the guy that got me into this industry. This guy, his name's Chris Chadwick. Shout out to you, Chris. He wasn't the most talented guy you'd ever meet when it came to door knocking, but you know what he would do? He would out-knock you every day of the week. I remember one time him and I went probably 5 or 6 hours knocking doors. I know he's not going to believe that, but we didn't get shit chance. After 5 or 6 hours. He had a couple Coors Lights at lunch, so I was out there ready to get after it. But, he'll go up to a door. Customer will say no right away. He'll just like, okay, cool. In the back of his mind, he's like, as soon as I get one neighbor, you said no now, you're going to be mine later. So that was the mentality he carried every day. But he would make sure that, and he was like a $2 million every year producer. This is back when houses were like $12,000, $15,000.
No, that's a lot.
And he's still producing now. I mean, his margins, because he's by himself right now, he doesn't have to do as much, but he would just make sure he was out there out hustling everybody because he didn't care about the talent. He's like, hey, if this guy's going to hit 20 doors to get a contract, it takes me 100. I'll hit my 300 doors and I'll get my 3 contracts. It doesn't matter, how many it takes me. I'll get what I need to get.
I like that type of mentality. I like guys like that. That's like just numb to the rejection, numb to the adversity, and just like, oh, keep going. It's like that dude, like we all got that homie that like, okay, we're hollering at like 30 girls to finally get that one number. Like he be in the club just getting turned down all night, just all night. And he get that one, but he know every night like I'm going to land something, right? So I do encourage people. It is a numbers game like your homie, and I'm like, you improve your skills. Now you get to control the numbers game. Now you get to control the numbers game.
Yeah, and it is a numbers game, too. It's like that speech, and I consider it the best speech ever. It gives me goosebumps. But the John Leslie one, when he's talking about playing Connect 4.
I never said that. I've never heard that.
Bro, he talks about playing Connect 4 with his son. And his son's John Leslie. He's like, me and my son, John Leslie, playing Connect 4. He's like, I beat him like 11 times in a row. And I said, hey, man, I'm getting bored. I want to go to bed. And he said, his son said, not now, Dad. I want to play again. He goes, why? And he's like, I want to play till I beat you. So he's like, we play like 6 or 7 more games. And finally, his son beats him. He goes, all right, I'm ready to go to bed, Dad. And he goes, it got me thinking. He's like, what if we all thought like that? What if, when your lights are turned off and nobody believes in you, give up again and again and again. And he goes, and you just say to yourself, it's not over until I win. He's like, if you just had that mindset, and it just give me goosebumps thinking about it, because, dude, it's an awesome speech.
I'm going to go listen to it.
But yeah, that's how this industry is, and that's literally it. People think it's easy. easy, and it's not. We're banging down 100 no's to get to one yes. It sucks. The heat sucks. Being told no sucks. Guns pulled out on you. Dogs barking at you.
Feet hurt.
Yeah. It sucks, dude. It sucks. But the momentum, once you get that 1, you get 2, you get 3, and then we're laughing because we don't have puppet strings on us. We create our income.
Mm-hmm. Like I said today in the meeting, right? How could you be in the industry where you can write your own check and you only decide to write yourself a $70,000 check? Like, that's crazy to me.
I think a lot of it has access to the training. So like you've touched base on this several times, even on your videos and your content. The biggest flaw in the industry is training. I think that would be across the board. I think everybody would agree to that. But then I think some of the new guys who are talented that don't know where to find this stuff at. They don't have any idea that there's free webinars, there's trainings out there that doesn't cost anything. Now you should invest into them, but there are some out there that are free to get you started and go in that right direction. That's why I dig what you're doing. I dig what Becca Switzer's doing. I dig what Jay Bradley's doing with Roof Camp and stuff. And I'm glad that I'm on board with that. But the youth movement is what's important for our industry, because we have to reserve how special this is. And we need to get these younger people that think differently and outside the box with the content and everything. We need to get them up to the pedestal. But how do we do that? How do we do that together on a united front? That's the biggest thing right now. We need to collab as an industry, not just individuals.
I agree with that wholeheartedly, because I was the young guy. Like I just did a training last weekend in Ohio, and I'm like, God damn, I got 10 years on guys now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our mouth is like, that's my everyday life, right? Nah, but I'm saying
10, boy. That's grandpa Mike over there.
But it's like, I'm like, dang, man, I got 10 years on these guys now. And I'm like, I remember when I was 27, when we first started Roof Hustlers, and a lot of people don't know, but when I dropped my first YouTube video, I emailed Becca Switz and I was like, hey, I just dropped a YouTube video. This is my first one. I love what you do. I was wondering, could you just look at it and like give me some feedback? You know what I'm saying? And she looked at it and she sent me an email back. Oh my gosh, love what you're doing. I think this is going to be great. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. In that moment, I was like geeked up. So I kept trying to email her. She wasn't emailing back like too many times after that. But it's the fact that she went out of her way on that first one just to give me that original validation and recognition, because she didn't have to. But
that's you, bro. That's for people watching this, and I've talked about you several times to people when we do get in conversations. Like for everybody watching this right now, that happened to me in 2017. I shot you a message. Mm-hmm. You responded. I was pumped about it. I saw you at CRCA in 2018. And I said, hey man, when I get a company, I'm gonna have you come out and train my guys. I'm sure everybody's told you that, but to be here right now with the podcast and everything, and you've helped me along the way. My speech at Roof Camp, you brought up to the guys, and I'm glad that you did touch base on that, because I told all them that too. Like, I went to you with help, like real help, and I said, hey man, I need you're one of the better ones I know doing this right now. Can you help me? And you helped me create my speech, and you taught me how to outline it, and I really appreciate that. Becca is also another one that helped me too. She sent me the Diamonds in the Sky book for free in 2017. And then I ended up meeting her at Win the Storm after that. But yeah, man, it changed my life, dude. Just people being willing to help.
And I think it's excited to bring on that next batch of coaches, trainers, whoever that is that feel like they can make some impact in this industry. Because, I be thinking about it all the time, my Malice. I'm like, God damn, in 5 years, I'm going to be 40, dog. Not that nothing wrong with 40. I think 40 amazing because I'm going to be like that much better. But I'm like, I ain't going to be attractive to the youth no more. Like, we need that 25, 26-year-old guy that's coming up in the industry that somebody can give him the spotlight and be like, that's the guy. Like, go follow this guy. Because you gotta keep the youth in it.
Yeah, you know what, though? The industry had gotten a little stale for a while there. I mean, it was the same people at every event, the same people speaking the same thing over and over again. And people just stopped going to events. I mean, like, Win the Storm used to be a big deal. I mean, there could be other reasons too, but it was the same speakers. Or you just paid your way to get on stage to say something. So, I mean, it's like, what value is that bringing to me? If someone's paying to get on stage, like, that doesn't mean they have any value. Why not vet them out and see, hey, is this guy worth having on stage? But no, hey, you spend $10,000 on a booth. Come on up there on stage and
we're going to put
talk.
you on stage. I agree. And the reason why my RoofCon situation was so like special to me is because I didn't pay to play. Like, I didn't spend no money to get on that stage. And years ago, people was like, man, you could just pay to get on stage. I'm like, nah, bro, I refuse to. Like, I'm gonna let my hard work, I'm gonna let my track record, my sweat equity get me on that stage, right? And then when it happened, when it's like, we want you to do a keynote, I'm just like, man, it happened, right?
Yep.
Organically, naturally, the way that I wanted to do it. And, quote unquote, like I didn't sell out to get that opportunity. And that felt good to me, man. To me, that was like, man, all this hard work done paid off, bro. All your investing, all your reading, your studying, everything you've done is like, bow, now you get to do it. And not only do you get to do it, but like you get to kick off the event. Like you're the first person everybody get
it was
to hear,
awesome.
man.
It was awesome.
So I agree with you, Armal. It's like a lot of these guys paid to play. And, I just refuse to go that route because I've always been taught, like, just do things your way, dog. Like, if you're going to do something, do it your way. And who cares if anybody else agree with it? Who cares if anybody think it's going to work? It's like we just talking about before we got the podcast started, right? Like, Elijah over the talk, he like, we just do shit, dog. Like, we just do stuff. And when you got that mentality, I think you got a higher chance of experience unpredictable success, right? With like certain things you can't predict because you're just doing it your way, and doing it your way going to open doors and avenues that you can't even see. But doing it your way going to attract a group of people like, man, I like that guy.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's why I'm really excited with like the youth movement that's going on right now in the industry, because there are a lot. I mean, we got a lot of young kids on our squad.
Yeah,
I'm talking about young. Yeah, we got a bunch that are between 20 and 30. But we got an 18-year-old. We got a couple guys that are like 22, 21. Like, we got some kids on our team, and it's awesome because that's what we harp on them all the time. Like, look, dude, I got in this game late. I got in here at 30. Like, all that I did here in 8 years, which is awesome, you could do 4 times that amount in the next 5. And before you even hit 30, be in a spot I was never, you could be retiring at 35. Like, some of you guys are in a very special place, but we owe it to them though to get their mindsets right. How to, to get them on track to understand that they can do that too.
You just hit it on the head, right? Because they got to change their mindset. It's because it's a gray area with getting here at a young age. Nobody around you doing this shit. So you like, the fuck I'm knocking doors selling roofs? And I tell guys, I'm like, you got to shift your mindset off of what you do to make money and focus on how you want to live. And once you know how you want to live, you got to find a vehicle that can get you to that destination in the shortest amount of time. I think all three of us on this podcast right now can agree. I don't think we wake up every day geek to go put a roof on or deal with homeowners or, you know what I mean? Oh shit, Valley Metal. Like, I don't think nobody over here geeked up over some Valley Metal and shit, but it's like, I'm able to take care of my family at a high level. I'm able to take trips. I'm able to fly first class. Got a Raptor eye back. Like, you know what I'm saying? My kids have been to Hawaii. They done been to the Bahamas. My son ain't even 11 years old yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, they live a certain lifestyle due to this roofing. So that's what I do when I deal with the young guys. I'm like, matter of fact, I just had to coach a guy up. I'm like, you 18, 19 years old. Where you want to be when you're 23? He's like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, let's cast the vision real quick, bro. Like, let's see what that lifestyle look like for you at 23. What type of car you want to drive? What type of house you want to live in? You know what I mean? How much money you want in the bank? What that girl look like? What your freedom look like? Like, what all of those things look like? He describing it. And I'm like, okay, now tell me a vehicle that can get you there. He was like, I don't know. I'm like, no, you know. He's like, what it is? I'm like, you in it. Like, this vehicle can get you to everything that you just said to me in that time frame. He's like, I never really thought about it like that. Now he all in. You know what I mean? Now on the weekend, he like, thank you so much. Thank you so much for bringing them out. And I'm like, nobody sits down with these young sales rep and cast the vision for their life in the next 2 to 3 years. And I think once you get them into that mindset, now they bought in, now they loyal. Because now you going to help them get to a destination in 3 years that nobody in their life is able to help them get to.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Now you more valuable.
We've been using the bridge example for them. So I've been telling people when I do the interviews here for the sales team, most of them will interview with me. And when I go through that process, it's more of like evaluating them to make sure that I can hang out with them for 8 hours, that they're going to be in the right, it's the right type of character, man. Because you know how it is. You got to protect your brand. You bring people in here. You want to make sure it's the right people you bring in mentally. But then when it comes down to the aspects of the job, it's just like, hey, man, understand that I'm not asking you to be a roofer for life.
Hey,
what
man.
I'm telling you is, hey man, if you aspire to build a studio in your basement and you want to make albums and you don't have the funds to do that, we can get you there in 2 years.
We can get you there in 2 years.
You help me hit my goals, I help you hit your goals, and we both win. Maybe you make a song for the podcast. I don't know. We both win though. But either way it goes, I want you to come here and learn how to do it right. That's what I'm telling you. So I'll do it right. Plenty of other companies that can do things for you, plenty of other opportunities for you. But if you want to get to your goals and you need someone to help you get there, this is it. That's what the end goal is. I just want Roman's Roofing to be a destination spot for sales reps. I want them to feel comfortable, and I want, God willing, one or two of them, maybe they do retire with us because we do have the 401k and stuff, and that was important to us to provide to them because that's something that, a lot of this industry, they love the turnover rate, man. They enjoy that it's 1 to 2 years, and I'm like, I hate that shit.
I do too.
I hate when you did it today, you're like, put your hands up if you guys were here for last year's training. That sucks, man. We failed all of those guys. Even if we argue about that and we say we didn't, we failed every single one of them. But now we're trying to learn from it. Now we're trying to do things differently.
That's good ownership, man. That's extreme ownership at the highest levels because you can always say we had the wrong guys. Oh, they wasn't fit out for this.
We hired them.
For you to say we failed them, that's true leadership, man, to take ownership of those situations, right? But I'm with you because my last roofing company, I stayed with them for 3.5, 4 years. Like, rolled out with them, like was geeked up. Like, only reason I left is because I got into the game at 25. I started training probably like 6 months after I got started, right? Wasn't even fully equipped, but I was that committed, right? Just getting guys trained up, getting them going. And once I started growing and going to that next level, once the brand blew up, people was like DM me on Instagram. And they're like, well, I bet you're making a bunch of money. And I'm like, well, I'm making good money. They're like, how much money you making? I'm like, I'm making about $2,500, $3,000 a week sometimes. I'm like, how much money you making? They're like, 20 grand. I'm like, a month? They're like, yeah. They're like, how much you get paid? I'm like, $200 per claim. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah. So once I started connecting with other sales reps, they started
Opens the world up.
Yeah, opened the world for me, bro.
It,
I started getting exposed.
Yep.
So then I go back to my owners and I'm like, hey, man, at this point, they're paying me 6%. I'm like, man, I want 10%. Like, what I got to do to get 10%? And they reply back to me was like, what you going to do for us? And I'm like, bro, I already train everybody you hire. I run sales meetings. I sell $1 million plus. Like, I'm all in on y'all. And when they did that, that's the only thing that made me leave. And that was probably the best decision I've made, not because I left the company, but because I went from my company to go work with Lee Haight for 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, that's like, imagine that culture shock.
I didn't know
bro.
that.
Yeah.
Bro, I did not know that.
Yeah, I worked with Lee Haight for 2 years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you learned a lot what not to do.
Well, believe it or not, bro.
Hang on. Yeah, all right.
Contrary to popular belief, phenomenal dude.
Really?
Phenomenal dude.
He seems
bro.
cool, man. He seems cool.
This is my perspective on Lee. I think he's created this persona, so he rolls with it. I think he just rolls with it. At this point, I don't think he cares what nobody thinks, and he just does it. But I done had one-on-one conversations with this dude. Like, we done been in, like, we had a Christmas party, bro, one year. Just the coolest Christmas party I've ever been to. Like, just the coolest shit I've ever been to. And just the way he introduced me to people, he opened doors for me, bro. Like, he introduced me to certain trainers and access to people that I probably couldn't got to on my own. I'm just being 100. He gave me an opportunity to start that Tampa office. We took it to like 2.5 million our first year with like 3 people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we did good numbers. But one thing he did, I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he gave me a lot of responsibility with little to no guidance. And I just had to figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying? So like, he got me interviewing people. Like, he got me doing all of these things. And I'm like, I ain't never been. He got me writing estimates, like calling insurance. I've never did that because the company I work for is very compartmentalized. So they did everything. I was really good at knocking doors, setting appointments, closing deals, maybe signing the contract. Never had to call insurance companies, never had to write an estimate, never did none of that stuff. And then I got with Lee and I learned all of those things about the insurance companies. And the doors that he opened for me, like the best thing he did for me was he did his Blue Collar American Dream Conference. And I was supposed to quote unquote speak at the event. And he just called like a big audible last minute. And it really affected, like it hurt, I ain't gonna lie to you, it hurt my feelings, bro. Cause like everybody else like pitch on stage, And he's like, man, you gonna be speaking at the event. I was the only person that didn't have their picture on stage, didn't get the smoke, didn't get nothing, right? So I'm feeling the type of way at this point. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what? Da, da, da. He called me up from the crowd. Oh, Dashaun, he coaches and trains and he works for our company. Come up on stage and show them how RRCA different than other companies. I'm like, bro, you brought me on stage to like do a sales pitch for your company? Like, you ain't even, like, they introduced me as the Roof Hustler, nothing. Just like, Dashaun, So I got up on stage. I'm like, you know what? This is my 15 minutes of fame, bro. I'm finna steal this shit. Like, straight up, bro. Like, he would say something, I'd be like, can I say one thing? And I'd just go off for like 5 minutes, dog. Just wax it, bro. And then he get me up on stage and he say, Dashaun do door-to-door sales. He coaches. Matter of fact, let's do live objection handling. And like the ego in me was like, live objection handling? Like, bro, I wanna talk about going pro. Yeah. I tried to do it 4 years ago. I'm like, I want to talk about going pro. But I'm like, you know what? The opportunity to me, it was like, this is my shot for everybody to see how good I am. Made me do a live objection handling, bro. Wax that shit. Like, shut that shit down. And after I was done, bro, I had like 10 roofing companies come up to me afterwards like, you do training? I'm like, yeah, we need that to my guys. How much it costs for you to come out? And I landed deals from that shit, dog.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, you made the most of that situation. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting. Everyone has different perspectives. I mean, you know, most of what I've seen him at events talk and everything, and I just never got that, you know, good vibe. You know how sometimes you just talk or see people talk in front of a crowd and everything? I just never got that vibe that he was like, he was just there for a sales pitch up there every time, and it wasn't necessarily like authentic or genuine what he was pitching. No,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Lee always on a mission, baby. He always on a mission. Whatever you see him doing, it's a mission. Like, he never just do random shit. It is always an agenda behind everything that he do. And I give him mad respect, mad props, because he come up with a plan, bro, and he go execute. You know what I mean?
Well, I like him for the same reasons that I start following you and stuff. And it's for everybody. If I'm following you, it's because you're actually doing one thing that nobody else is doing. You're doing it. Like, you're doing it. Like, yeah, you can say all you want about Lee Hay, but Lee hates it.
Everybody knows his name.
He's not, and he's not sitting in a studio all the time. I physically see him knocking doors.
In the field.
Yeah, I see him on roofs. I see him climbing them. John Scenic, you're on roofs. Dashaun knocked with you. You're out in the field knocking on doors. Like, you know, Jay Bradley, he's pulling leads. He's doing what he's saying he's doing. Like, follow the people that are actually doing what they're saying they're doing. That's the whole point. But yeah, I don't know him. I hope to meet him one day. I learned about him, the negative ways about him. But I follow him on Instagram. I see his videos and stuff. Sometimes I comment on him. It's cool. You know, he's got some good ideas. I like pulling salespeople that aren't even part of his company or anything and riding with them and stuff like that. Like, even if it's satire, it's creative, guys. It's different.
I tell you no lie. I remember the first time I ever went down to Naples and we did a podcast. Not a podcast. Like, we interviewed each other. Told me he wanted me to come work for the company. Blah blah blah. Like, we was mapping it out. He's like, "What you doing today?" I'm like, "I'm nothing." He's like, "Let me show you how we land commercial deals. Watch this dude pull up the map, find the building, get the number, call the dude on the spot. Dude answered the phone. He worked that shit. Dude was like, you can come over right now, bro. We drove over there, did a commercial inspection. Dude showed up. Like, I watched him do it, dog. Like, it ain't no fluff. I see people online talking crazy, but I've watched him in action. I watched him do his thing. But like I said, my personal opinion, I think the persona is so deep at this point, he just ride with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just ride with it.
Embracing the villain role?
Yeah, I think he embraced the villain role, bro. Yeah. I'm just being 100 with you, bro. That's just my genuine...
I didn't even know about all this stuff. That's like when I first started like really paying attention to the industry, because it's so small, but it's so big. You know, when you're in it, you're like, man, but everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, everybody knows everybody.
That's the wild part. I used to watch you guys all interact with each other. I'm like, how the hell do they all know each other? But then now I'm like, I know all of them. Like, we all could walk right into each other and just shoot
What's
the
up,
shit.
Baby?
Yeah,
how you doing?
yeah,
You know
like, it's wild. But I came at the tail end of the whole Dimitri and Lee Haight saga. So like that's
how you got familiar with him?
Yeah, I only know bits and pieces. But then I went and followed both of them. I followed Dimitri before that. You know, when he was going through his GAF thing, that's when I liked him. I was like, oh, okay, here we go. Because like I said, I don't embrace the drama on the podcast, but hey, it's Roof Trollz for a reason. You want to air some shit out, I want you to air it
Get
out
it out,
too.
baby.
Yeah, feel comfortable.
Yeah,
feel safe on the platform.
He first training I ever did in 2020, trained American Roofing Company in Tennessee. Did the event, posted pictures, you know what I mean? Awesome training, blah, blah, blah. He messaged me on my post. Like, he commented on my post. Great training. We should do a podcast. And I didn't know who Lee was because my first 5 years in the industry, the only person I knew who was Becca Switzer, just because she was one of the first people I seen. And other than that, I was in my own bubble, locked in. I studied more coaches outside of the roofing industry than I did in the roofing industry. So he messaged me on my post. Somebody DM me from the company I trained. It's like, bro, Lee Haight just commented on your post. I'm like, bro, who the hell is that? I'm like, who is that, bro? They're like, you don't know who he is? I'm like, no, I don't know who he is. Oh, bro, he blah, 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 blah. I go look them up. I saw he had 40,000 followers on Instagram. First thing that came to my mind, I said, I need to tap into that network. Like, I need to figure out how I get at least 100 of those people, 200 of those people. So he messaged me. I DM'd him back. He's like, let's do a podcast. Where you live at? Naples. I drove 4 hours. I went and created my own luck, man.
That's awesome.
And this is before you started working with him, and then that's when.
Yeah, that's before I started working with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how he found me. I did a training and somehow I popped up on his algorithm. I have no idea, bro. But he commented on my post. He DM'd me. I DM'd him back. And in my little world, bro, like my mind blown. I'm talking to my baby mama. I'm like, my first training, this dude, he want me to come do a podcast. I gotta go. It's a great opportunity. I had to go get a babysitter for my son, like the whole nine, bro. Like, one thing about me, I'm always go get it, dog. I'm not gonna wait around on nothing. And that's how I did the Dimitri podcast, bro. I flew to him.
Yeah, dude, it's exciting when those things happen. He went up to Minnesota and did one with
and did one with him.
With Dimitri. Yeah, I the Ryan Stewman podcast that we did, that was pure luck.
Shoot your shot.
Yeah, well, Dustin Cates hooked it up to where we'd be in the same location together and introduced me to him. But as soon as I met him, and I'm talking like soon as I met him, I said, "Hey, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, what's up?" And Ryan, and I said, "Oh yeah, man." I said, "Hey, I want to get you on the Roof Trollz," like right away, second sentence. And he was like, "What's the fuck is the Roof Trollz?" And I'm like, that's what he said to me. So I explained to him, and he goes, "All right, well," he goes, "I understand the concept." He goes, "Where's the trolls part?" So I always got to explain that to people. So I did in my own little creative way. And he was like, "Nah." He's like, "All right, I'm into it." He's like, "All right, I'll do it." And I was like, "All right, cool. But when are you in Chicago or whatever?" He starts telling me, he's like, "No, I'm not gonna be available." He goes, "You know what, man? Let's just do it tomorrow." And this is at like 12:30 in the morning in a bar
at the Cowboy
Dallas,
Club.
at the Cowboy Club in Dallas. And I said, "Ryan," I said, it's almost 1 a.m. I'm up here from Chicago. I don't have my marketing team. I don't have cameras. I had nothing. And he looks me dead in the eyes, dude. And he said, "Well, I got an office. I got a marketing guy. I got some cameras. I got some microphones. You want to do this or not? What's your excuse now?" And I said, I don't have one. He goes, "All right, 8:30 in the morning," writes an address down. He calls his person and he says, "Hey, we're shooting a podcast. Can we squeeze it in there?" He goes, "I think the guys will be there 8:30 sharp. Sound good?" All right. And he hangs up the phone. I don't even know if the guy responded to him. And then he looks at me and goes, "All right, we're set for 8:30. I'll see you there." And then he walked away. And then I told my guys, I went right up to him, Mike and Jesse, everybody. I said, "Sean," I was like, "Hey, guys, we're going to postpone the drive to San Antonio." I was like, "We're going to go swing by Apex and we're just going to shoot this." And they're like, "All right." Got there at 8:30. And his team filmed that whole thing for us. And then like a man of his word, he sent it off to Revens and Spark Raw so they could edit it and put it out there. He collabed with us. Like, he was just a genuine dude. And, I'm like, man, thank God I asked him, right away to do this. And like, thank God, he thinks like he does too. Cause it was just like, all right, well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right now.
He did the FYE on you.
He did.
One of his fuck your excuses. That's one of his.
Dude, he
did it.
FYE.
What's your excuse now?
Yep.
Yeah, I had nothing.
Exactly.
And so I'm thankful for that. I'm like,
That's
all right,
that's
let's do it.
beautiful, bro. Like, I like people like Ryan Stewman because, like, I know his backstory. He was actually one of the people I studied on my, like, quote unquote come up. Like, once I started getting into personal development and just heard his story about how, like, he went to jail and then got out of jail and got into real estate and, like, took that thing over and just started, like, killing the game. And I tell sales guys all the time, I'm like, it's easy to go from the bottom to the top. It's hard to come from the top, fall off, and then go back up.
And he did it twice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not. He fell off twice. Yeah.
And that's why I like his story because he's very authentic.
If you count that technicality too, he lost his. He never obtained his license to be doing some of the things that he was doing. And when they cracked down on that, he was like basically out. And then they gave him another, a different avenue, stream down. And he was like, "Well, I could teach these dudes how to do this shit that do have their licenses. He basically didn't need his anymore, and he scrapped it. And like, yeah, his story, I didn't know anything about him. That's what I love. Like, I followed him because I knew like little bits and pieces. Plus, his content is always funny, and he's a funny dude.
Yeah,
but,
he be talking shit.
Yeah, all the time, dude. I love it. But he like, yeah, man, his story is incredible. There's nothing not incredible about that. Like everything, the come up, how much he loves his family, all the work he puts in there, and yeah, you could tell that guy genuinely enjoys his life, and that's why I like talking to him. I'm like, man, dude, he's doing some amazing things.
And all of that like stews back to creating your own luck. Like you got to create your own luck, dog. Like the worst thing you could. I heard one of my favorite quotes from one of the coaches that I study. He said, the more people you need to make your dreams a reality, the less likely chance it'll happen. That's one of my favorite quotes because it's like, why are you always waiting on somebody else? Well, if I had him, well, if he did this, well, if he... No, bro, just get up, go make that shit happen in some form or fashion. You don't need a bunch of people to make your dreams a reality. You just got to get up there and go get that shit happen, go make it happen, and then you're going to have some opportunities in front of you, and it's just up to you to take advantage of those opportunities. Because I could have made an excuse and be like, oh, no, I got my son, Lee. I can't drive 4 hours down there. Can we do it another day? Nah, I called my grandma. I'm like, hey, grandma, can you watch Ray Ray for the day? She's like, yeah. I'm like, bet. Boom. Drove 4 hours, went down there. One of the best decisions I've ever made because it's opened up so many more opportunities for me. Like hanging out with Lee, bro, I'm telling you, it changed the game for me. I won't even lie. I give him all his props, all his credit, everything you need. One thing I'm big on is trying to give people their flowers while they're alive, and I don't care what nobody say about him. Got nothing but love and respect for that guy, Lee Haight.
That's awesome. Shout out Lee Haight.
Yeah, I guess go Lee Haight.
100%,
Maybe we'll get
dog.
him on here and I'll grill him a little bit and then he can punch back and
Yeah, because he like that shit. You know what I mean?
So the keynote that you did in Orlando at RoofCon, do you have any more coming this year?
They didn't contact me. RoofCon hasn't. We putting on our own event, the Best Hustler Experience in November, Atlanta, Georgia, baby.
Yes.
If you didn't know, it's going down November 13th and 14th. My shameless plug, right? The Best Hustler Experience. I'm super excited about that. But one of the coolest things that probably happened to me this year was we landed a deal with Atlas. So I'm doing all the Atlas Diamond events. So JF got their President's Club. OC got Platinum Preferred. I think Atlas do diamond events. So once again, landed this deal with Atlas due to my partnership with Bruce. Bruce had a beautiful relationship. Shout out to my partner, Bruce.
Bruce Leffler, let's go.
Best Roofer Marketing. Held it down over there in Georgia. He's my business partner in the Best Hustler Academy. Him and Nick Brandon, right?
Love Bruce.
That's my guy, dog. Love him to
He's
death.
awesome.
Like he cold called me on Facebook, bro. That's how he met me, dog. Cold called me on Facebook, bro. And I'm like, who the hell is this dude? And he was just such a genuine guy, bro. When me and Bruce first hung out, when we first started recording content together, he let me come stay the whole weekend in his house around him and his wife and his kids. And I'm like, any man that'll bring me around his wife and his kids, bro, a real one. Because I'm pretty sure y'all like me. Like, you just don't bring anybody around your wife and kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, see the long-time friendships or we just happen to be out in public. But he let me stay the night. I mean, spare bedroom. I'm hanging out. I'm having, like, breakfast and shit with him and his wife and his kids and shit. And I'm just like, this a good-ass dude. Because I tell people all the time, I don't care how you treat me in business. How you treat your family, dog. I want to see how you are in your you know what I mean, that intimate time. Do you make time for your kids or you be, like, just blowing them off? And I saw the way he took care of his kids and his daughter and his wife, and I'm like, this is a really good dude. So that's what made me decide to do business with Bruce. Because people always ask me, like, why the hell are you your business partner? And I'm like, because he's a really good dude. Really good dude. You know what I'm saying? But so we got the Best Hustler Experience. Bruce had this relationship with Atlas. He was doing their marketing. And he told them we was in partnership. Long story short, they needed a speaker for an event up in Pittsburgh. They're like, hey, can you come do the event? We can't pay you, but can you come? I'm like, bet. I don't never need to get paid. I just need more people. That's my mindset. I don't need your money. Put me in front of a group of people who don't know me so I can blow their fucking mind. Like, that's my MO.
So Steuben told us, he said, he goes, I do events all the time for free. He goes, I only ask two things. He goes, one, pack the fucking house. Two, let me close it down. Because I know when I close it down, I'm going to pull 20 jobs out of there anyway.
Easy. Easy. Yeah. And my third request, give me the email list, right? So I could blast them when I leave. So I'm like, give me this free opportunity. I went up there, shut it down. They reps was like, we need you to do more events for us. So They put on the event in Georgia, the ABCs of Success. Atlas paid for a room, had no speaker. They didn't want to be like every other manufacturer and send their guys in there to talk about shingles. You know what I mean? Like every manufacturer do. Hey, we got a breakout session. We talking about shingles. Like nobody want to hear that shit. So Atlas like, can you just be our speaker? I'm like, yeah, bet, say less. Did a speaking event for them at the ABCs of Success. Only breakout room that had at least 80 to 100 people in it. Standing room. Shut that shit down. All of the Atlas reps was like, we love that guy. Then they invited me to come train all of the Atlas reps. So they did an event in Clearwater. Over like 100 Atlas reps. I'm in there teaching them the 4 types of homeowners, 4 types of salespeople. You know what I mean? Teaching them how to identify business owners and who they are as salespeople. Go through that event, crush that. After that, the VP of sales, the president, came to me and was like, love what you do. We want to go into business with you. And I'm like, man, I'd be honored. So we in that official partnership with Atlas. So now we doing those, all of their diamond events starting in July. And that's going to create some great opportunities. And I got a few speaking engagements coming up with the Latinos in Roofing. Shout out to Amparo, Latinos in Roofing. And I'm doing another training with Preferred Roofing Supply over in Georgia. So we got a crazy run for the summer, dog. Crazy run for the summer.
So when are you going to have time to go out and do your thing, the Roof Hustler, with companies like ours? Because I see you almost every weekend out there.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in my head right now. I got some stuff spinning. First off, my daughter, she wanted to comment on there. She's upset I wasn't seeing it. Shout out Aria. I love you. Thank you for watching.
Hey.
But no, yeah, dude, what about, I don't know, man. We got to work out something. Like, you're the face of it all right now, with development and stuff like that. So maybe we could figure out something for Roof Camp too. We had Bruce there. Maybe we could figure out some way to centralize it or even bring it closer to you so that we could, Romans and Roof Camp and the youth and the event could, we could put you on with that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
How do we get that to happen?
Y'all just give me talk to Jay Bradley. Shout out to Jay Bradley. Love what they do, man. He actually DM'd me and was like, hey, man, I'm thinking about go to Coach Bird event. Is he legit? I said, best shit I ever paid for. Go do it. And he went and did it. And nothing but love and respect for that dude. Love what they doing. Believe it or not, just full transparency. I saw him put on his first event with like the Roof Camp, Roof Nuts, and I'm like, bro, I've been doing this shit for like 6 years now, going around coaching and training. And I'm like, if this dude can put on an event, I can put on an event. And it has nothing to do with him, but it's like he don't got the brand like that I got. He don't got like the, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just inspired me. It wasn't one of those like, he doing it, I can do it. It was like inspiration from the lines of like, man, he just putting himself out there.
Bro, I'm sure he's watching right now. He loves that too, because that's the message that he tries to deliver when he's up on the stage, is because that's what he wants you to think. That's what he wants everybody to do. Like, man, if I'm doing this, if my ass is doing this, then there really is no excuse for anybody else not to be doing it. And what I love about him was he reached out to me in November when I was in Wisconsin Dells with my family, and he said, hey, man, I had just made a post. I got snubbed at an event. I thought I was going to be sitting on a panel, and I got snubbed on it. And I made a post about it because I was immature, and I wanted to cry about it. It's the truth. I wanted to cry about it, like, oh, I deserve to be up there, blah blah blah. So then I realized, no, I didn't put the time in. Now I'm going to get it anyway. Doesn't matter if I deserve. I'm going to take it. But
I like that.
Jay reached out to me and he said, hey man, I feel the same way you do about some things. He's like, I've been listening on Roof Trollz, and he's like, your post. He's like, not getting an opportunity to speak. I'd like to give you one. Would you be willing to come speak? He's like, I can't pay you. He's like, but it's gonna be a cool event for guys. I said, say less, dude. Say less. I'm 100% in. Yes, 100% in. Yeah. And then I linked up with you, worked on my speech, and now I'm gonna do another one in Birmingham, Alabama, here in July with them. And I wanna get that going.
Yeah, if y'all give me a date in advance, because my calendar nuts, dog. Like, by the graces of God, I think about this shit all the time. I'm like, in November, bro, I'll be booked up till May. Like, I think about that all the time. I'm like, people are just DM me like, we want to come train with you. I'm like, you better book that shit now. Yeah. I think we booked ours.
Yeah, like November last year.
In like November last year for May of this
right after RooCon. We already knew we were going to do it.
We already knew it.
Yeah, we just wanted to push it out.
We're going to have to lock this in every year now then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you already know it. And I bring new heat all the time. Don't get me wrong, we got a bunch of new guys, so we got to get them caught up. But I got companies I've been working with for 5 years, dog, and we steady waxing deep. But if Jay Bradley, if he watching, bro, I just want to let you know, bro, whether you plugging in now or later, it don't matter. You give me a date in advance. I'll block it off on the calendar. I don't need to get paid, bro. Just let me know. I'll come through and I set that shit off, dog. Like, I respect what you're doing. I love that you bringing value and helping the community get better. And I love people that's out there trying to make this place a better industry, dog.
Oh, there comes the storm. Some lightning and everything.
Oh, no, it's coming. We're getting a hailstorm tonight.
Well, I don't think you're ever going to be without work. Like, even if the roofing industry, if something were ever changed, like this door-to-door thing, I think there was a pendulum swing when COVID hit. Mm-hmm. People were stuck in their house, so they wanted to talk to people. People coming to their door. Now people on social media, they're just posting on social media, texting. They're not really interacting with people. So I do truly believe this door-to-door thing, back in like the 50s, 60s, it was, how you bought, vacuum cleaners, knives and stuff like that. And then it started swinging that it was like, oh, it's a disrespected, position in life and everything. But I think it's swinging back now. Because people want someone to come to their door and want someone to sell to them. Because the other thing, too, is people don't want to leave their house anymore either. Nope. Amazon's made this easier for door-to-door because people want you to just bring everything. We talk about the door.
That's Elijah's favorite quote.
Yeah, the DoorDash.
Yeah. Conveniently, baby.
Yeah, I mean, door-to-door.
You already know.
I mean, it's going to blow.
An experience.
So let's say if something happens in roofing, which it probably won't. But I mean, there's so many door-to-door industries that you're going to be working until you don't want to work anymore in door-to-door. I mean, it's unreal right now.
I'm surprised pest control don't knock your door down too much. Bro, those
I don't think
kids,
they know about me yet, but I'll go in pest control and blow that shit up.
Bro, those kids, hang on, real quick, take a guess on what their commission is on those sales.
Oh, bro, they make like $120, $40.
50%.
Yeah, over $120.
I told him, some kid told me that, and I said, look, bro, I don't care what I'm selling. At 50% commission, you don't got to tell me what it is. You don't even got to tell me. You give me a suitcase, whatever it is, and you tell me the amount it is, and I'm going to go work. I don't need to know the product. 50%, I'm telling you right now, I'm selling.
The downside, they're only making 50% of like $120.
Yeah, but some of those, no, so it's like $600 for 6 months, and then another $600. It's like $1,200 for a year. But that's it, though, bro. I got to sell a $30,000 roof. You don't think I could sell $1,200 on the year?
Oh, I'll crush that.
That's what I'm saying.
And think about this. Everyone needs pest control. You can hit every door. And you don't have to get on a roof and do an inspection and everything. So you have like a 15, 20-minute sale.
I got closed on some pest control, bro.
So Amanda did too. I came home. She goes, I signed up for pest control. I said, what? For what? She goes, to keep the bugs out. I said, man, how many bugs you seen in here? They're out. You know what I'm saying? They're already out. Nah. She was mad too. She was like, I don't know how it happened. I'm like,
got
man.
me. I think it's called Active Pest Control. Homie got me. I do door-to-door, bro. So I'm like, man, I like to give back. I'm an easy sell, dog. You got a good pitch, you'll close me.
Well, we always want to hear it naturally. It doesn't matter what you're selling either. If you come knock on my door, even though I know I'm gonna say no and you should too, I'm gonna let you do it.
Your thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do it.
And I'm sitting here like the messed up part. The day they came to my house, I'm like, damn, bro, I have been having sugar ants. I'm like, bro, the sugar ants they've been on 10, bro. I'm like, can you get rid of the ants? They like, we can get rid of the ants. I'm like, ah.
Then they start praying on it. You brought it up. You brought your problem up. Now they got solutions. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, those are bad in this area.
Bro, they got me. But yeah, by the graces of God, man, you just hit it on the head, Armalis. I think AI is one of the coolest things that's happening to society. And not because of the cool shit of AI. It's going to make people miss people more.
Yep.
It's going to make people miss people more. Like, you're going to be like, damn, I miss talking to somebody. Y'all seen that clip of Gary Vee recently? He said in the next 15, 20 years, I think people going to be paying people to go for a walk on them.
Yep.
Man, we're going to pay. Go on a walk with me. Because I need a human connection.
Well, think about, remember Demolition Man?
Yeah. The movie. Yeah, with Wesley Snipes.
And Stallone and Sandra Bullock. And there was no personal interaction. Yeah. And Stallone comes from the past and, they, do their thing. But everything is all through AI and computers and everything. All interaction, everything. That's coming. Like
no doubt in my mind.
And people are going to, people People are going to be like, they're going to be people walking services, not just dog walking.
Not just dog walking. So go for a walk with me. So people talk to me all the time about door-to-door sales, and people will talk about how like everybody going to be buying roofs online and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, the one thing AI can't replace is this. AI can't replace this.
Yep.
What, you going to put 3 robots on a podcast and prompt them to talk? Like that shit going to be lame. It's like, no, nothing beats a human interacting with another human. Is so genuine, it's so rich, it's so beautiful, and it's just how God created us. Because like, you say what you want by this AI, but that's man-made, bro. And anything that man makes has faults, it have deficiencies, and eventually man-made things like go haywire. The way God built this universe, bro, that's the best way to go through this world, which is just natural and just, loving on each other and being the best version of ourselves for the people around us. God ain't create robots, dog. So that's why that shit, in my mind, it'll never be what people think it'll be, because I think it goes against nature.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing tool, but I think that we should be more focused on embracing using it. Because it is going to catapult businesses, and those who use it efficiently are going to do laps around those who won't embrace it, or try to defy it like they did with Facebook. Companies, I don't got a Facebook. Well, you ain't gonna be around much longer either. Like it's changing the game in that aspect of it. But like you said, people are feelings driven. They need that interaction. They need to feel loved. They need to feel appreciated, and they want to be able to trust people they do business with. So if you're doing business with somebody, machine's not going to lock that down for you. It's really not.
It's not. How a robot gonna come to your door doing a sales appointment, and you like, man, life been rough. My daughter's sick, and the robot look at you and be like, I understand. What the fuck, bro? Like, bro, you don't even got kids, dog. Like, it's crazy, dog. But I agree. Like, it is a great tool, but I don't think it'll ever replace people. But yeah, you're right, Armalis, man. I don't think door-to-door going nowhere, because I think people love talking to people, meeting awesome people. And, it's just, this is the thing about it. I told everybody, if door-to-door was going to die, it would have died 20, 30 years ago. No way it had made it to the 2000s. You know what I'm saying? Like, cats was delivering milk door-to-door. They used to do Amway door-to-door. Like, Kirby vacuums door-to-door. Like, all of these things door-to-door. Cutco knives door-to-door. Like, all these things used to go door-to-door. So I'm like, if it was going to die, it was going to die 20 years ago, dog.
Yeah, we were the ones killing it. That's the craziest part. We made a video here at Romans, an educational video on door knocking, how it started, what the initial point of door knocking is, and how it used to be a genuine conversation between two people and learning about products and stuff like that. Now it's like it was frowned upon for so long, for the last 10 years, because of us. We're the reason for it. The insurance companies, and they do such a wonderful job of explaining how evil we are and how helpful they are. And we are so concerned about the roofing company that shares the same town we do that we lose sight of the battle we're losing of the war we're losing online. We don't do enough educating of people to let them know why we're out here. And just so everybody listening understands this, through the insurance aspect of it, if they did what they were supposed to do, we wouldn't exist. There'd be no need for us at all. You'd be able to do everything on your own.
100%.
So if you know that, then why aren't we doing a better job of promoting that? Why aren't we explaining to homeowners more thoroughly, hey guys, we're the good guys. We're the good guys. But in order to do that, you gotta let your guard down. You gotta let that other company in the town that you're in know, hey man, maybe we should do this together as opposed to doing this against each other. We work together, and then we keep the riffraff out of here. Then we know at least this area is being done the right way, and it's making our industry, cleaner.
You know what? Here, let me add on that, because since I'm the veteran, the old guy in the room.
OG, baby.
I've been around in this industry for 16 years, so I've seen it when it was everyone believed their insurance agent. Everyone thought their insurance could do them no harm, and we were all the bad guys. Well, that pendulum started swinging too. And I'm not saying it's all the way there yet, but it's getting there where people are more trusting of the contractor than they are the insurance company. We had an adjustment today for me in Naperville, and the adjuster tried telling him that, this hail doesn't match the hail day, blah, blah, blah. And, the customer sided with us and started going off on him and wanted to talk to his manager. And so, the times are changing. The customers, the policyholders are starting to see that we're really the good guys in this. I mean, do we want to make money and, take care of our families? Absolutely. No one does anything for free, but they're starting to see that, we genuinely care and we want to help them with their insurance companies who've been taking policy premiums from them for, 20 years and haven't given them a dime back. Because at this point, they're just writing the policies. Well, if they're going to get a new roof every 8 years and their policy is $2,500, their roof's going to cost $20,000. They're basically financing their roof their next 8 years anyway. So why not get that money back then? Because the insurance company knows what they're doing. They're making that $2,500 a year plus interest, reinvesting. I mean, so they're making their money. You are basically financing your roof for the next storm. And don't be afraid to file that claim if you have the damage.
Well, you got to hit their wallet because this is the shareholders that they protect. And that's what they care about. So the shareholders are the ones making the calls, not the insurance companies. We're just programmed to believe that it's the insurance companies. But $26 billion and $4 billion of profit with $26 million going to a CEO is absurd. Nuts. It's absurd. And the fact that the insurance companies are legally allowed to take your premiums and then turn around and invest those into our stocks to double up and triple up their money. And then tell you no when a storm hits, when you literally made them 4 or 5 times over what you paid them. Man.
And then they want to put these super high deductibles. Yeah. I mean, they don't even, how can we minimize what we pay out? Even though, we've collected $20,000 plus interest, 2, 3, 4 times over. Now let's take out a deductible for $5 to $10,000 on them. So that $20,000 roof, you gave me 20 plus all the money I made. Now I'm only giving you 10 back.
And they think we're rich. We're watching. I just said $26 million went as a bonus to the CEO of Allstate. That's public knowledge on a video we posted on Roman's page. Go check it out. $26 million to them. That's absolutely absurd. You see how much money we got. I got Dashaun Bryant here. No shame on Dashaun Bryant, but you don't see Arnold Schwarzenegger sitting next to me on a podcast.
Agreed.
I don't got Donald Trump here. I can't afford any of that. And Patrick Mahomes not playing catch with me.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, but you don't call us rich and greedy. Yeah,
26 million, bro. And once I read that book, Delay, Deny, and Defend, it just changed my whole mindset.
Mind-blowing.
Blew my mind. I don't even know how I got introduced to that book, but I read it and I was like, whoa, these insurance companies are conniving. Like, dude got in a car accident. Allstate paid for private investigators to go sit in her church, to see if she was actually injured, to see if she had a neck brace on, to try to avoid paying out for a car accident.
Yeah,
dog.
dude.
So it's like, if they'll do that for a car accident, I'm pretty sure they're doing something along those lines for these roofs. Like, anything they can do to keep that money in-house.
They'll pay an adjuster to come out. They'll pay an engineer. They'll pay a ladder. They'll pay $6,000, $7,000 before they pay out.
That's what I said, yeah. But you'll send them a video from the homeowner showing the hail with the timestamp and date of this data loss that you claim, and they'll spend 3 G's on an engineer to come out and tell you you're lying. Like, it's so insane.
And it's bittersweet now, because now they'll probably be like, that's AI.
Yeah, we had John Jordan as one of my buddies, but he's a private eye, and he was on the Roof Trollz a few episodes ago, and he talks about that. He actually gets paid by the carriers to do that.
Yeah.
He follows people around all over the country and takes photos of them to make sure. And he said, I asked him, I said, straight up, man, I said, but let's be honest though, like, I know how grimy they are, but like, people are grimy too. So I said, what's the actual percentage that someone is faking these workman's comp claims as opposed to not? Bro, he said 70 in the form of faking it.
I believe that.
Oh, that's wild.
I believe that. No doubt in my mind. Bro, you know how many people
are so dirty.
It's like Friday, my neck and my back. Like, no doubt, bro.
150,000.
But think about this too. How many bad contractors are there out there too?
Dude.
So I mean, that's what makes this harder for us too.
No doubt.
Because you've got bad contractors out there. I mean, that are let's just file claims on anything.
But
like that makes it harder too for us.
That's why it's our responsibility though, is the good people, the honest, transparent contractors, to get on the doors, because we need to get in front of as many of these janky roofers as we can, so we can let these homeowners know it's actually people out here that care about you, love you, and want to make sure we do things the right way. One of my favorite things is doing an inspection, finding no damage, and say the next roofer that knock on your door, let them inspect your roof. Like, let them inspect your roof, because they come back down and now you know the truth that There's some people out here that's out here doing dishonest work, and don't worry, we can help you file a vandalizing claim. Maybe we can get them taken care of, and we can get you taken care of. But it's like I love doing those great inspections with no damage. But that's why I tell people you can't wait on leads. You got to go out there and attack the community. You got to attack the marketplace, because it is a group of people out here that's out there attacking the marketplace with ill intentions, and it makes us look 10 times more worse than what it is.
That's a good way to do it with your reps too. They come in and you had a good week, and you're like, yeah, I had a great week. I signed 40. Well, how many did you walk away from?
Yeah,
that's a good question.
How many you walked away from?
Because if you didn't walk away from any of them, you just happened to find damage on every house you went to, every single house. You know what I'm saying? How many you walk from?
Now, maybe if you're in Dallas or somewhere in Texas, maybe you can, with some of those storms they've been getting this year, maybe you're signing everything.
Would you put them on blast on your story? One of the dudes on Facebook that commented, he was like, I was on TikTok. He's like, don't try that shit in Texas.
Oh,
he goes,
yeah.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, bro.
Texas has got damage on every house, and everybody knows the storm hit. Like, what are you talking about?
And, I'm very quiet on Facebook. I don't do a lot of talking on Facebook. I don't comment on shit on Facebook. I don't deal with humans on Facebook because I hate Facebook. It's the most egotistical place out there. And somebody will see you and then retract their statements. They be like, oh, nah, bro, it wasn't that. So a dude write a post. Like, matter of fact, a dude shared one of my videos. And he like, oh, man, he the real deal. Like, love this dude, da-da-da. And he commented and he said, well, don't get too hype on these guys because none of them, I mean absolutely zero, actually come out here.
Is that rain or hail?
I don't know. Is that hail?
I don't know. I got the.
I'm gonna say it stopped me, man. I thought it was hell. Oh, that's heavy rain. We might be getting some hell tonight, baby. But he like none of these guys, absolutely zero, actually come out here and knock doors. Texas a different beat.
Yeah, the sound just cut out because the power went out in the whole area. We ended up losing the stream mid-convo, but it's all good. We picked it right back up in episode 41, day 2 with Dashaun. So stay tuned for that.